Hi, I'm Berta Jo from Spanish Fork Senior Citizen Center. We just wanted to check in with all of you and let you know that we're thinking of you and we miss you and we love you. We're hoping that this little program that we've put together will entertain you and bring a smile to your face. And always remember, when we reopen, we want you to come back so we can always surround you with people who care.
Attention, hut. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey!
Hi there.
How are you today? Are you checking on us?
Sure nice to see somebody's out and about, enjoying the beautiful sunshine today.
We're loving the change of duties and environment, and we're making the most of it. We're having fun.
Just trying to get by.
Yeah.
Get through this terrible time, and we're doing it.
We're glad to see you. Thanks
Yes.
for stopping by.
Thanks for coming.
Bye, everybody.
Hello. We miss you. We love everybody at the Senior Center. Hope you're doing good. Can't wait to get back.
Hey, we have a few more jokes for you today. A hillbilly family took vacation to New York City. One day, the father took his son into a large building. They were amazed by everything they saw, especially the elevator at one end of the lobby. The boy asked his dad, "What's that?" The father responded, "Son, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I don't know what it is." While the boy and his father were watching in wide-eyed astonishment, an older lady in a wheelchair rolled up to the moving walls and pressed a button. The walls opened and the lady rolled between them into a small room. The walls closed, and the boy and his father watched small circles of light above the walls light up. They continued to watch the circles light up in the reverse direction. The walls opened again, and a beautiful young woman stepped out. The father turned to his son and said, "Go get your ma." Okay, this is my husband's, one of my husband's favorite jokes. He liked it because we have 13 kids, and he thought it was okay if I told this joke. A woman walks into the Savannah downtown welfare office, trailed by 15 children. "Wow," the social worker exclaims, "are they all yours?" "Yep, they're all mine," the flustered mama sighs, having heard that question 1,000 times before. She says, "Sit down, Billy." All the children rush to find seats. "Well," said the social worker, "you must be here to sign up. I'll need to get all your children's names." "Well, to keep it simple, the boys are all named Billy, B-I-L-L-Y, and the girls are all named Billie, B-I-L-L-I-E. In disbelief, the caseworker says, "Are you serious? They're all named Billy?" Their mama replied, "Well, yes, it makes it easier. When it's time to get them out of bed and ready for school, I yell, 'Billy.' And when it's time for dinner, I just yell, 'Billy.' And then they all come running. And if I need to stop the kid who's running into the street, I just yell, 'Billy,' and all of them stop. It's the smartest idea I ever had, naming them all Billy." The social worker thinks this over for a bit, then wrinkles her forehead and asks, "But what if you just want one kid to come and not the whole bunch? Then I'll call them by their last names."
Hi, I'm Heather Lyman, nurse with Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice, here with another timely tip. So, Mother Nature has let us know the last couple of weeks that she is in charge and that she can change her mind in a heartbeat. So I've got some ideas to keep us more prepared for any kind of emergency that might come our way. The earthquakes that we've had in Utah and Idaho the last couple of weeks really brought forth that we might have to leave our homes in a matter of seconds and not have time to grab any kind of emergency essentials. So I've got a great tip. I want you to get a backpack or a small piece of luggage, just something that's sturdy but lightweight that you can grab in a minute. And I'm going to have some ideas of things to put in your bag that can help get you through the first 24, 48 hours in any kind of a crisis. First thing I want is some kind of a coat. Even if it's warm weather, a coat can be used as a pillow. If you have to shelter in place in a school or a church, that's going right in my bag. I want a bottle of water or Gatorade. I would probably get something a little bigger than this one, but this is what I had at home. I want a flashlight with some batteries. I don't want to be without my glasses, and I don't want to take time to find them. So I'm going to put an extra pair of glasses in my backpack. I'm going to have a week's worth of medications in there. You might not have thought of this. This is a Sharpie. You can label your items, but you can also write your name and your contact information on your forearm in case you get separated, or in case, sometimes shock sets in and you don't know where you are or who you are or how to get a hold of your people anymore. I can probably wear the same outfit for a week as long as I can change my socks and my underwear. So have a couple of pairs of socks and underwear that are just tucked in your bag. If there's glass, broken glass or rubble, I'm going to want some hard-soled shoes. I don't want to be barefoot in an emergency, but I also don't want to take time to look for my shoes. I'm going to have an extra pair of car keys and house keys. I don't want to look for them either. In the Hurricane Katrina crisis, one of the things that people said was they spent hours and hours and hours in stadiums and churches with nothing to do. So have a deck of cards or a couple of deck of cards. That at least provides some distraction. Have some cash. A small bag with a couple of toothbrushes and some toothpaste. A bag of wipes can really help. You may not be able to shower for a while, but at least you can freshen up. I'm going to put in a Leatherman tool. It has all kinds of knives and things that might come in handy during a crisis. This is one you might not have thought of. A whistle. If I am trapped in my house, I may not be able to yell loud enough to have them hear me outside, but that whistle's really loud, and it doesn't take very much time or breath to really make a loud sound and help somebody come find you. I want a list of all of my medications, the doses, my doctor's phone number, and his name. And then on the other side, or on a different list, I want all of the numbers that are in my phone that in the case of an emergency, I'm going to forget. And then the last tip is just a quick first aid kit. I got all of this at the local grocery store, and it's pretty inexpensive. A bottle of rubbing alcohol is about 99 cents, and that can sanitize and clean up wounds. These bigger bandages can cover abrasions and small cuts to keep them clean and dry. I'm going to get a couple of things of rolled gauze. That can stop bleeding, that can also keep wounds covered and keep them from getting infected. And then we call this Coban. This is the crinkly, sticky stuff that you get at the doctor's office. You can find it at any grocery store, any pharmacy. And that's it. That may be enough to just get you tided over until the emergency medical personnel can come find you, because it may be a while before they're able to get to everyone. The last tip that I have is a really good tip. Your containers for your dentures or your hearing aids, put a little piece of Velcro on the bottom of those, and then you can Velcro them into a drawer or on top of a cabinet. But in the case of an earthquake, when things are shaking, if my hearing aids roll off onto the floor, I don't want to have to get underneath my bed to find them, but I also don't want to not be able to hear for a month or two before I can get those replaced. That's a good tip to keep to keep that from happening. That's it. That gives you some vital essentials in the case of an emergency, in the case of really any emergency. And if you want a copy of the list of items, you can call Maple Creek and just leave your name and your address, and I will mail you a copy and some other resources that are handy. And the very last tip is put this bag in the closet closest to your front door. If it's in a back bedroom or downstairs, you're not going to have time to get it. But if it's in the closet closest to the front door, you can just grab it and go as you're walking out the door. And as always, we love you and stay safe out there.
The Mountain Land Association of Governments has an option for senior citizens for a congregate lunch with a drive-through pickup at the Springville Senior Citizen Center. You must make a reservation to pick up your lunch the day before you want it. To make a reservation, call the Springville Senior Citizen Center at 801-489-8738. Ask for Betty and tell her that you would like to reserve a lunch for the following day. The next day, drive to the Springville Senior Citizen Center, located at 65 East, 200 South in Springville. Arrive between 11:30 a.m. and noon. They will have cones that will direct you to drive up onto the sidewalk in front of the senior center. There is no need to get out of your car. The donation box will also be available for your donation for the meal. They will hand you your meal as you drive through. Lunches are available Monday through Friday, and this will only be available during the coronavirus situation. If you can't go yourself, just send a family member or a neighbor. Remember to call a day in advance to 801-489-8738 to reserve your lunch. And be sure to tell them thanks.
Hi everybody, this is Eileen. Just want to let you know that I'm doing great. Hope you are too through this. Actually, mine is a children's induced quarantine, but hope that you're surviving it too. Can hardly wait until we all get to meet again through seniors, because I really miss everybody. Bye.
Hi. Everybody's in quarantine, and I'm in quarantine, and I'm still painting, friends. And I love ya, and I miss ya, and I can't wait to get back to the senior center to have a lot of fun. So we wish you are holding up, and hey, we might be a little fruity, but we sure are alive. So let's stay with it. Love it. See you soon. Bye.
Hi guys, it's Marcia, and I came to read you a couple of cowboy poems that my cousin wrote. This first one was written on March the 30th, and his name is Kenny Lewis, and he calls this one Sitting on the Fence. I was sitting on the fence when the old cowboy rode in. He trotted right up to me and he flashed a toothy grin. He said, I'm bound for glory. The Lord has paid my expense. I told him that was nice, but I'll stay here on the fence. He swung down from his pony and said, I'm a patient man. You just need encouragement, and I'll help you if I can. I see you've had some misery. The eyes, my boy, don't lie. That cowboy had me pegged, but I just looked up at the sky. You see now where you're looking? That's where the answers are. With him who made the pastures green and filled the night with stars. He knows about your troubles and all the wrong you've done, but he cared enough about you to send his only son. The day is coming, cowboy, when things will get intense. Don't let the good Lord catch you still sitting on the fence. Kenny Lewis. This is one he wrote on April the 5th, Sunday, April the 5th. And he called this Another Sunday Morning Moment. And he said, good morning, friends and neighbors. He said, this is Luke's gospel. He said, a breeze was blowing from the north. It was fresh and smelled so new. The moon was bright as daylight, and bathed the grass in blue. A nightbird fluttered by us and nestled in the sage. She chirped a little ballad from a distant, bygone age. We were tired from daily labors that spring roundup requires. Too exhausted yet to sleep, we just gathered round the fire. Luke was staring upwards at the moon and all her glory. I said what we were thinking. Luke, tell us a story. He smiled across the firelight and drew a circle in the dirt. He said, boys, in the beginning, God made the heaven and earth. He went on to tell us about life and sin and pain. But he said that up in heaven, it don't hardly ever rain. The grass is thick and plentiful, and the cows don't wear no brands. There ain't but one ranch foreman, and the boys are all top hands. The water runs the whole year through. There ain't no burning thirst. And the best days that we know down here, up there would be the worst. The wind is always fresh and clean. There ain't no plagues or fever. There ain't no bandits on the loose, and there ain't no sheriffs either. The ponies all have spirit, but none are spiteful mean. Your breeches may be dusty, but your shirts are always clean. And that's when we all heard it. Bud gestured with a nod. From over by the wagon, a cowboy softly sobbed. Luke got up and went to him with compassion to inquire. His massive hand waved us back to our places by the fire. We couldn't help but hear him as the cowboy made his plea. Your heaven sounds so wonderful. Is there a place for me? Luke smiled in the moonlight and spoke of a lamb 'twas lost. He told the boy of Jesus, of the nails and of the cross. Then they knelt together and prayed the boy's first prayer. We quietly moved beside them and joined them kneeling there. Then as one, we looked toward heaven and watched as it received the prayers of simple cowboys and another one who believed. Kenny Lewis.
Hi, seniors. This is one of my paintings that I've done for Pay It Ahead project, and I painted this one in a much bigger size, and I gave it to a school up in Heber City, Utah. And their mascot was wolves, and they kept asking me to do a painting, so this is one I did for them. And it has about 11 hidden animals in this one. And it's been a lot of fun, and the kids absolutely adore having this in their school.
Do you want to show us a couple of those animals?
Oh, sure. I've got a rhinoceros over here.
Okay, wait, hang on, let me get in there so I can see that rhinoceros.
Okay.
Kind of point it out for me.
Right there. And
Okay.
down here is a hippopotamus.
Oh, sure enough.
And over here's an elephant.
Oh my heavens.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I wasn't there before.
And over here is a panda.
Well, there's the panda. Let me go a little tighter to the panda there. Point to the panda again for me.
Okay.
Right there. Okay. Oh, yes, that's good.
Yeah.
And what else we have in there?
This here is a fish,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
but also a flamingo. Down
Oh,
here's his
wow.
head,
Beautiful.
and it turns into his body. And then over here we've got a raccoon and a rabbit, a butterfly, and
A lot of things hiding down there.
there's a lot of things hidden. Yeah. So
That is awesome.
when I bring it to the senior center, you gotta just look around and find them for yourself. And I'm working on another one that we started just before we were quarantined, so I will be bringing that one out pretty soon. Okay, bye-bye. See you soon.
Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Miss you guys and love you.
Hi everyone. I miss everyone. and I miss the seniors, and I miss your smiley faces, and I miss Dixie's cooking. And I hope you guys are just as bored as I am. But we have to stay in and be healthy and happy. When you guys see this, and when we're back at the center, I want everyone to give me a big hug, because that's what I miss the most. So, stay well, stay happy, know that you're loved, and I hope to see you soon.
Oh, great. Eddie in Dallas calls his son in New York just before Easter and tells him, "I'm sorry to tell you, but your mother and I are getting a divorce. I just cannot take any more of her moaning. We can't stand the sight of each other anymore. I'm telling you first, Eddie, because you're the eldest. Please tell your sister." When Eddie calls his sister Julie, she says, "No way are they getting divorced. I will go over and see them for Easter." Julie phones her parents and tells them both, "You must not get divorced. Promise you won't do anything until I get over there. I'm calling Eddie and we'll both be there with you tomorrow. Until then, don't take any action. Please listen to me," and hangs up. The father puts down the phone and turns to his wife and says, "Good news. Eddie and Julie are coming for Easter and they're both paying their own way." Oh, sorry, I got another one. This is a true story of George Phillips of Meridian, Mississippi, who was going to bed when his wife told him that he had left the light on in the shed. George opened the door to go out and turn off the light, but saw there were people in the shed in the process of stealing things. He immediately phoned the police, who asked, "Is someone in your house?" And George said no and explained the situation. Then they explained that all patrols were busy and that he should simply lock his door and an officer would be there when available. George said, "Okay," hung up, counted to 30, and phoned the police again. "Hello, I just called a few seconds ago, but and told you there were people in my shed. Well, you don't have to worry about them now because I've just shot them all." Then he hung up. Within 5 minutes, 3 squad cars, an armed response unit, and an ambulance showed up. Of course, the police caught the burglars red-handed. One of the policemen said to George, "I thought you said that you shot them." George said, "I thought you said there was nobody available." Good jokes.
How many of you remember the show Hee Haw? How many of you remember Minnie Pearl?
Howdy! Howdy! Let's do it again. After I say howdy, you say howdy. Everybody, all together. Howdy! Howdy! Oh, better. I'm so proud to be here. Are you proud and pleased to be here? Look at those windows. The sun is shining. Oh, how wonderful we are in this beautiful building with all our wonderful friends. I want you to know, for this occasion, I bought me a new hat. See it? Ain't it pretty? Yeah. I went to the dollar store. I did. And they have pretty things there. Wait 1 minute. I'm going to mosey over here. I'm going to sit down on this bale of hay. And then I'm going to tell you a story about my granny. My granny, that's what us kids called her, Granny. Her real name was Eva. She was quite a caution. She lived in Indiana in a small farm between Bucktown and Pumpkin Run. Everybody knew where she lived because it was just right there in between. And her pa was a farmer. He was a really good farmer, but one of the things that he was most noted for
was his blackberry wine. And every year he made blackberry wine. He would put it in a cake and put it in the basement. He always kept the door locked because he had youngins running around and he didn't want those youngins in that basement with his blackberry wine. One day, a couple friends came over and they came to visit, and Pa always served his blackberry wine when he had company. He went down the basement and got it and brought it up, and he served it, and they were having a real party. And they're drinking blackberry wine. In the meantime, Granny, who was 5 years old, discovered the door wasn't locked, and down she went. Well, while the folks upstairs were eating and drinking and celebrating with the blackberry wine, Granny, 5 years old, was celebrating her in the basement with the blackberry wine. Down it went. By and by, the company left. Pa went out in the field, and Ma, and it was cleaning up. Granny comes stumbling up the stairs. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with her. She was sick as a dog. Ma was frantic. She sent one of the boys out to the field, and away went, and in come Pa. Pa come in, and he looked at her, and he said, "Marthy?" That's what he called Granny's mom. "Marthy? Nothing wrong with this young'un. She's just drunk." Poor Granny. She just never, ever had another glass of that berry wine or any other kind of wine the rest of her life. Granny had a friend, and they both joined the Rebecca's Lodge near their little home between Bugtown and Pumpkin Run. And this Rebecca Lodge had a duty that they did. They took care of the sick and the dying and the dead. And they always went in twos. One night, they got a call, the two girls, Granny and her friend, and they went to this old lady's house, and she was really poorly. And they stayed with her all night, and she kicked the bucket in the middle of the night. Well, they got busy and got their job done. They got her hair fixed, they took her dress on, and they made her really stiffy looking so that she could be nice looking when she never make her. The undertaker came in, and he walked in and he looked at her and he said, "Girls, where's your teeth?" Well, the girls, when they had come in, they found the teeth, and they were on this windowsill. And Granny pointed and she said, "They're over there on the windowsill in that glass." So, and he said to the girls, he said, "We better get them in before it's too late." So they worked, and they worked, and they worked. Got the teeth in the old lady's mouth. The next morning, they were sitting around the breakfast table, and her husband come wandering in, kind of looking like he was looking for something. And then he turned to his daughter and he said, "Lily, have you seen my teeth? I can't find them." And she looked at her dad and she said, "Pa, they're in the glass on the windowsill of Ma's bedroom." Oh. The undertaker and the two girls looked at each other and they didn't say a word. They kind of snuck off into the other room, and the undertaker said to the girls, he said, "I sure hope she don't open her mouth."